G'day guys, we're here at the Makeup Effects Group with my good buddy Nick Nicolau. He's like an adopted member of Toy, so we're actually very fortunate to be here to unbox this wonderful beauty right in front of us. And we took delivery, or you took delivery of it last week, didn't you?
We did. We both went to the warehouse and picked it up.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about what this is right now sitting on this table, an MMS 170. Tell us.
So it's the 1989 Hot Toys Batmobile, the Tim Burton Michael Keaton movie version, 1/6 scale. Been looking for it for a while and found some new old stock, so extremely happy.
New old stock as in it was released many years ago?
It was released in 2013, sold out pretty quickly, but I wasn't after it at the time since my collection has been evolving and I purchased the Batmobile tumbler and a few other Hot Toys Batmobile products. I was always in love with the Tim Burton. It's the best design. It's just such a great design.
Okay, cool. So it takes two people to unbox it, actually. Eh? It's such a big unit, as you can see. I mean, look at the scale and the size of this thing. So
let's do it.
Cool. Let's see what's inside. Cool. So did you also buy the Batman figure to go along with this sucker?
I knew it had come up one day, but 2 days later it came up on Facebook. Someone was selling their used version, but in mint condition, and I had to pounce on it. It was a great price, great mint version, and it should arrive in the next day or two.
Sweet. We'll go along really nicely with this piece. So this is how we suggest you guys unbox a big piece like that. What you do is you open it up and then you flip it on the side and then you slowly pull the cover up. And then slowly what you do is once you lay it flat, you slowly then bring the shipper up. So Nick will go on the other side and then we'll slowly just pull the shipper up.
Leave yours downwards.
Yep. There we go. Cool. And that's it. So that's easy. Perfect. All right, we can probably get rid of that sucker. Now we're going to square this guy up. And there you go. As you guys can see in the front, really nice artwork in the front here. I'm just going to walk around. You can see beautiful artwork, Hot Toys, and this is obviously the MMS 170. So obviously Hot Toys had these in number coded and also in the hundreds or numbers, just to basically signify each particular model, whether it was the figures or the vehicles themselves. So, I mean, guys, you got to be really careful when you flip the tabs. For most of you box collectors, I never recommend flipping the tabs by pushing the tabs down. Always use your fingernail and pull the tabs out, okay? And then also with these things, the good idea is if you want to keep the box also is to, instead of bending it this way, just put pressure on this side and then slowly pull these guys out so you don't actually crease the boxes as well. Cool, so yeah, plenty of things in here. All right, so what we're gonna do is slowly remove the styrofoam. And don't forget, be careful when you remove the styrofoam because you've got recesses. So you got bits and pieces and accessories on top of the styrofoam bits. Yeah, you can see up there. So what's gonna come out of the box is awesome. This is, for those of you guys that watch the Keaton Batman movies, the Batmobile had this awesome function where it basically had this shield thing, right?
So I believe this is what they called the stealth mode version. And it's a great dust cover also for the thing. Do you think that they did this deliberately to protect the vehicle, or do you think it was just like a... It's a great extra for, I would have been just happy with the Batmobile, but to have this at such detail
and it has a slight plastic film across it as well, which you can remove, right?
Yep. So I think this just lifts straight off.
Okay, let's slowly move your side and my side. Yeah, very easy to pull out. There you go. It's made of, I mean, you're the modeler, so what's it made of?
It's just a vac form plastic shell.
Yep, nice.
And the interior's got some padding so it doesn't scratch the Batmobile. Yep. But just a thin, light, vac form black plastic.
Very well done, actually. You want to put this somewhere safe? Guys, this is an amazing piece. I mean, just looking at it now in the flesh. And we recommend doing this together or doing it with someone else. I mean, sure, you can do it by yourself, but man, it's a heavy piece. I wouldn't recommend it. So always put your hands underneath too, because you never know if it might bend. So what I'll do is I'm just going to move this slightly gently to the side so we can just put it down on the table for now. There you go. Okay, now I'll let Nick put this away because that's his precious box. Are you a box keeper, Nick, or are you gonna?
Unfortunately, I am a box keeper.
He is a box keeper, that's good. Okay, so there you go. Now there you have it, guys. I mean, oh, look at that baby. Sensational, guys. It looks beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Amazing.
Such a great design.
And then let's have a look at what's there.
Okay, so from the first box comes the turntable platform.
Yeah, cool.
Once we get this apart, we'll be able to put it on the turntable and rotate it, and just the instructions.
All right, cool. That's on one styrofoam section. And then, and it's quite nice when it's all clearly laid out, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
This is part of the turntable platform, just to give you some height.
And then these are what they call the ankle busters.
So there's an extra little feature on the Batmobile where they just flip out and just take out motorbikes and all the clowns and
all the clowns. So these are magnet panels, correct, Nick?
they're magnet panels, and they go over the top of the gun turrets there.
Yeah, very nice.
They are
So
magnetic.
you have a special magnet tool, I think, in there that allows you to take them in and out. These are cool, Nick. What are these?
So this is the little magnetic handle that you're able to take out some of these panels with,
again.
and also the bat discs
Yeah, okay.
that can be, I believe they could actually be fired out of this as well.
Pretty cool.
And that's it.
These are the bits that come with the entire vehicle. So let's go through what comes with the vehicle. So we have, I mean, it's a pretty big box to house something like this, but it's no fuss really, so quite straightforward. Vehicle, what else is this? Turntable?
Turntable, which I believe may go something like that.
Yep.
And that goes on the underside of the Batmobile.
Yep. That foam came off the front here. I think that was a turbine engine.
Okay, nice.
Just, yeah, so that foam bit basically came here just to protect it, and that goes in the front.
Really nicely packed.
Very nicely packed, very nicely packed.
There's no way that this could have, unless the box was like slammed down during shipping, there's no way that it would be damaged. There's so much protection and so much room and packaging in the shipping box, so fantastic.
The disc and then the panels.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's pretty much it. And you want to take this off?
Yeah, let's get the Batmobile unpacked, and then we can start putting all the accessories on.
Together. Cool. So the best way to do this, I think, is to maybe take a bit of cardboard, flip it on the side, and then unclip all the things. So we'll do it this way. So flip it on a 90-degree angle, but flush it. And then I'm just going to basically pull these tabs off, and just unscrew it just a bit before you pull the tabs off. Just a tiny bit. I'm going to try and pull so see how the tabs just come off like that? Very easy to come off. You can actually now remove it even with the bolts on. There's two ways you can do it. You can turn it upside down again and remove all the bolts, or you can just remove it and get it through the cardboard. So what I recommend is, Nick, you hold it with both hands. Because they go through see how they go through? There you go. Yeah, so that's it. That's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it down flat, down like that. Very easy, very easy. What we can do is then flip it again on the side 90 degrees and then take the bolts off. But always recommend that, obviously with a nice piece like that, you put it on a cardboard, or don't put it on a hard surface because you're going to scratch your piece over here.
And I also just realized, like, when we're holding it up against us, like any zippers or watches,
Correct.
just be really careful because this could easily be scratched.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is get Nick to hold it up gently on the side. Okay, so I'm going to go through the whole process now of literally taking these guys out. And they have washers, and it's probably a good idea also to keep these washers. And when you thread it out, particularly when you unscrew these things, don't go at an angle, because if you angle it, if you don't go flush, you're going to thread the screw and you're going to wreck the vehicle. So take your time, always take your time with these sort of things. There's no rush. Quite a light piece actually, it's still very robust, it's made very well, but it's a manageable piece. So again, I'm taking my time. I feel very privileged, Nick, for you to allow me to do this with you. It's
exciting.
Very, very cool piece, and this is what it's all about on Toy Reel. He's the sleeper member. He doesn't want to admit it though, but he's part of Toy Reel, don't trust me. He just does stuff behind the scenes, so always nice to have great guys on board. I'm going to go over the other side, just easy.
And I do things quietly and behind the scenes, but it's great fun, like sharing it with friends and you know, finding the piece together, picking it up, unboxing it together.
Absolutely.
That's all part of it.
And we have our every Saturday meetings. We sit down in the park and sit down. We have our chats and we talk about toys and collecting. It's so good. It's certainly a sense of community.
And I believe there's some screws that stop the wheels from turning.
There are tabs. I can see those two little red tabs that actually hold the wheels in place. Now, I would recommend that you guys leave the tabs there so that it doesn't move forward, particularly when you're displaying them. So it just doesn't move forward and it's locked in. You can take the tabs off if you want to play with it, but I highly recommend that you keep the tabs on. It just, you know what, it's like a brake. I mean, you don't leave a car on the side of the road, you know, off a handbrake. So yeah, so I think that's what Nick's going to do. You're going to leave that on?
Yeah, I'll leave them off for the time being.
So we can probably remove the plastic. And I'll let Nick remove the plastic. You even have the plastic little film bits across the windows. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to do a quick cut, and then we're basically, like I said, we've unboxed the majority of it. Now we're going to look at all the details. And as Nick's putting all these bits together, we're going to be talking about what details and what sections go where. So see you in a sec.
Should look at the instructions, have a quick...
Probably a good idea to look at instructions as well. So, you know, don't forget, guys, that it's okay to look at instructions. I think there's nothing absolutely wrong with that.
People are so excited about getting it out and they think they can pull on this tab and something else to move something, and it's so intricate. You got to just double check everything. So these are the instructions. They look pretty straightforward. Yep. It appears that the machine guns just pop straight up like that.
Beautiful.
And then they pivot.
Yep.
They don't go left and right. It's all kind of aimed forward, but they'll go back down. Yep. And then I'm going to get these panel pieces to actually great detail.
Yep. Nice.
Let's see them clip in like that. Nice. Again, a little bit of resistance on those. Second one goes on. It actually feels like it's actually in there really well, so I'm not sure how well the magnetic little handle's gonna pull those up, but we'll have a look. So this has got all the bat discs on the bottom. Yep. And on the top it's got two little side panels, I believe, go around there. It's got the rod that goes under the canopy here and allows the canopy to slide forward, and it's got the magnetic holder that allows you to clip on top of these panels and pop them up. Nice. Leave the bat discs. Let's just focus on getting the panels off.
So these panels are really cool. It's interesting, isn't it? Because the whole point of having the panels is you eliminate the need for hinges, right? Sure. And magnets there's been something that Hot Toys have always done. There you go.
So on this side, the magnet's reversed, so it's actually pushing the magnet away.
Interesting. There we go. It should be here.
It's stuck, but again, this clipped in so tightly.
Yeah. This one, there you go. Slightly, and then you just kind of lift it up. There you go. There you go, that one. Yeah.
So you can see if you do that again, it's actually still caught here. Again, the first time it's gone in, so.
Yeah.
These side panels are so locked in.
Best to use the fingernail. So what I did before was lift it up slightly and then use a fingernail to pull it up, but you gotta be really careful that you don't wanna bend the panel.
You actually have to like stick your fingernail under the vent.
Yes, and then pull it up.
And then,
yeah.
And then you can see, even me bending that slightly, the panels are like stuck in this, this panel here.
Yeah.
So it does come out easy, but again, there's so much precision that it does clip in quite tightly.
I think maybe after a bit of wear and tear, you're okay. Yep, perfect. Okay.
So these accessories, there's two more panels that are going to go on the side. The rod that goes inside the canopy to allow it to slide forward, and there's two grappling hooks there that will go somewhere on the side. So let's start off with the panels. So again, there's a magnet, and you can use that same little device remover. I'm just going to turn it slightly to get access. So these side panels looks like they are, although it doesn't show it.
Precision cut.
And it doesn't have left or right.
Yeah, they do look like they're precision.
But let's see if this one just drops in nicely on this side, which it does.
Yeah, so I think maybe it's just precision cut in shape. And also the, what do you call it? The indents.
Yeah,
The recess.
So again, when you pull them out, just try and put them in. If it doesn't fit in, you know it's for the other side. They go in quite easily after that point.
Okay. So they come, obviously, they come with bat disc, and I mean, would you? I wouldn't take it out. I'd probably store it. Yeah.
But I believe, just for the viewers.
Yep.
So this is where the bat discs go. So if I took those out, I could insert them in here. But again, I don't think I'm going to bother to display that. It's actually quite a nice display on its own, like that.
Yeah, totally agree. Absolutely.
But there's one of these on each side. So turntable comes in 2 parts. The turn-in's done here.
Battery operated?
No, I think it's just grab one end of the Batmobile and...
That's the only thing that worries me about that is that the weight of this. Don't you think?
Let's try it. Maybe that it's weighted centrally, so...
Okay. So this here, guys, is a bit of rubber or some sort of
This is a grip
serrated kind of grip thing, which makes complete sense. And then this essentially then goes underneath the Batmobile. So this should clip on. Maybe good exercise for us to do just for you guys, again, is you don't want to scratch it. I would basically put this on cardboard, tilt it at a 90-degree angle, and then fit it in that way. What do you think, Nick?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
So it does bounce around, but once the weight's on it,
yeah,
I think it's pretty sturdy.
Yeah. I would just take the cardboard off, just so that it sits flush on something that's stable.
All right, go for it.
Okay, something that's stable. Yep, there we go.
I don't think I'll display it like this. It'll be down on the table, but...
Just means that you can articulate this a bit better.
But there are a few points where the platform can come apart. So just, I'd have a second person just there to make sure that you've got all those together. But once it's on, just put a little weight on it. Actually a really nice way to display it as well. So it moves beautifully, doesn't feel like it's going to fall.
Actually, you know what would have been really cool? Had they done a battery operated turntable.
That would have been nice. So you can see the front wheels as well. They're actually on an axle. For the back wheels, we haven't removed those screws yet, so they're kind of locked in place. So this panel at the back of the Batmobile actually flips up and gives you access to the battery compartment for all the light-in features on the Batmobile. So I think you just grab it under here. Again, a little fiddly, but here we go. And that just comes straight off. Battery compartment here. Need a Phillips head screwdriver to get at this screw here. Again, a little fiddly, they don't just click out, but battery compartment comes off, screw there. And then it looks like it uses 3 AA batteries, which we have ready here. Just insert them. Pretty straightforward. And then there's a on-off switch here for the light-in. So let's give that a whirl. So.
There you go. Very tasty. Look at that. The amount of detail in this is incredible.
And I believe there's lights at the front as well. Again, off switch at the back, and then back on.
Beautiful. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely piece. There we go. And also there's the turbine behind.
Yeah, it looks like there's lights coming through. There's a little bit of foam that we missed here. Just slots out.
And look at that. Very nice.
So this little compartment that we put in previously on the left and right side, use the little magnetized tool. The panel pops out and gives you access to put the ankle busters in, which is these. So what also comes with the Batmobile is these grappling hooks, which pivot out like that really nicely. And there's one for each side. And then there's this small little compartment here that just flips forward. And then this just has a little slot. So these panels that we put on earlier, using the magnetized tool, finding the magnetic area, they seem to be flipping up a lot easier now than they initially did. Panel comes off, reveals the machine gun. Again, the machine gun just slots straight up. Pivots. We also found this really nice feature here, added detail. This compartment flips up, and there's also a little ratchet on the side here that doesn't do anything, but just an added detail. Okay, once we've figured it all out and we've played around with all the panels and seen how they operate, the last thing we're going to do is actually remove the protective coating that goes over the windows so we don't scratch anything. That came off pretty easy and it looks beautiful. Little tab there and just peels straight off, gorgeous.
All right, so there we have it, Nick. Done and dusted. Terrific unboxing. You must be very pleased with this.
Yeah, it's a great piece. So happy to have it. Some wonderful details. I'm sure I'll find some other things as I look into it more, but so happy to have it.
And just as we were unboxing this today, Batman came in. So.
I did.
Yeah.
We'll unbox him another time, but we've got the Michael Keaton 1992 Batman Returns version, which was a refinement of the 1989 suit. So
hand in hand, they would go very well.
You don't need all the accessories popped up and the ankle busters on and the grappling hooks on. Just, it's such a classic shape.
Yeah, displays well on its own like that.
Absolutely.
With the lights, so stunning. So there you go from all of us at Toy Reel, and thanks to Nick again for allowing us to come to MEG and unbox this beauty. And you know what, I don't think these are available anymore.
They're not.
Yeah.
We did get it on the secondary market, but we did get a good deal, so very happy.
So for all you Keaton Batman fans, eat your heart out. And like I said, if you're lucky, you might be able to find one more piece online. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more reviews, live streams, interviews, collector's spotlight, collector's workshops, etc., 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 etc. So, yep. Cheers.
Thank you, Toy Reel.